there, and welcome to the back to the domino scoring tool coded in Python. It's been a while since we had any update uh, for this tool. So this will be update number 3. I will first start off by giving a summary about what will be included in this update. Basically, after we have been playing with this, playing dominoes with using this tool as the scoring method, there were a few things that could be considered as improvements, just since we've been playing for some time. And So basically, I just set up this. This is back on the Python script. I have basically the first update would be basically um, once you the name of all the players, give the opportunity to hear play back how those names sound before you start entering in values. So this way, like you're not waiting until the end of the game when all the announcement is made to kind of wonder like how each name sounds. So this is just, it'll give you a sample of everybody's name, the audio of it. And then there's an opportunity basically that if you don't like how the names sound, you can re-enter the names in. And you can keep doing that however many times. And then you get a confirmation, does this sound okay? And then you can move on to the game. The other update I had kind of set up here is basically once each game is complete, uh, there is a kind of a line that's added into a text file, basically giving the date that the game was played, and then basically who came in first, and then so on, all of the places, whether there was a tie or anything like that, and how many points they scored. So I have this pulled up here, basically. I have basically this is just like a copy of the real database, so I'm just using this for demo purposes. Um, and basically this has all of this here. It's great, but there's no real way to see how many times each player has come in first. So basically, another text file could be generated where it shows basically a summary of all of this, basically showing like, hey, this person came in first this many times, and also include the most recent time that they came in first. So basically, like if you want the most recent time, it could, I mean, the best way to do it is kind of like in a stack format, right? Like you just keep adding dates on, and then you just like gonna grab the top of the stack. So just kind of thinking in terms of data structures here. Yeah. So let's get started actually. We're gonna start with the first kind of update, which is just kind of, like you just grab the names and then you just, basically we're gonna do similar to what the announcement is at the end, where it, gives everybody's places, but it's just for confirmation here. So we're just gonna get started here. So we're gonna start with a flag called confirm player names equals false. And it's just going to keep going until you've kind of settled in on what the names of the players. So we'll do a while. This flag is not true. Player names. And basically we'll do the here names is going to be just a question. You're going to ask a question. Um, would you like to hear each player's name? And then you can enter in. Basically, it's just going to be a yes or no. And then put in a space here. And then if they do want to hear it, no. Or anything else. So, I mean, we're not really doing much in terms of if they could put in a no or anything besides a yes. Basically, any letter besides a yes will be considered as no in this case. And then we're just gonna break out of this. Else, we're gonna set up our audio. So basically using the GTTS package that we discussed in the previous video. So we're just gonna kind of follow that format here. So our language is English, and then name testing. So this is a test of the names entered. So this is going to be like a prefix. And then we're going to just go through the all of the player names that were entered in name testing player. And then we're going to link it with the player number. Then we just keep adding to the string, right? Whatever we want to add. So player, and then which number, and everything, since everything is zero base, we're just going to add one. So player one through, in this case, is going to be 5 players. And then add the names. And then we'll add a space here. And that's it. And then we're gonna set up our object here. It's going to be uh, text equals name testing and equals language is going to be English. And then the dialect, basically, we're going to use the UK accent. And then we're going to have it speak slow. And then also we can save the file onto our folder that we have this script in. And then basically we need a confirmation that, hey, another question basically, that the names sound okay. And then we're going to say, do these names sound all right? So basically you could just keep going however many times you'd like until it sounds okay. And then if you want to kind of make this a surprise, like if you want to put in like some funny or humorous names and you don't want to hear, definitely like use a headphone and then just hear it yourself. And then you can just play it with your computer speaker basically. Name sound okay. To make sure the names sound okay. So then we can break out of this loop. Else, we are going to, in this case, they didn't like the names. So we have to, I think when basically in here, we defined our player names and our total points, the point selection. So basically, um, you know, we're gonna still use the same thing that they wanted to do 5 players, and there's something wrong with the name. So we're just gonna still use that number basically. And so it is going to be only this array needs to be cleared out to make sure that the new names get populated in there. So we're gonna do this. So basically player names, we're gonna clear it out. set it to empty again. And then for I in range 1. And then basically we want to int +1. So basically everything gets shifted over by 1 because it's zero based. And name. And then we're just going to ask enter player and then hi plus name. Okay. And then player names dot append player name. Yep. And that is about it. That's what is needed. And then there's one thing, I mean, Python doesn't really like when there's tabs used, so make sure that there's no tabs. Let's just do a quick check here. So we can do like an incremental just to see that the names are it's giving a chance to hear the names and basically and then we can try entering in a new. So I'll try the one scenario. Basically, I'm gonna enter in some names, and then I said never mind. I'm trying to match the names here. So the name I'm gonna change, put a little bit different is this one, the Haddock, Captain Haddock. And if you're in case you're wondering, these names are from Wallace and Gromit and Adventures of Tintin. Great shows, by the way. Highly recommended. Um, So, yeah, so this is incremental. We're just gonna do like the part A of the update 3, see if that works, and then we can move on, basically. So, um, yeah, so basically I'm gonna go to the terminal here. I'm already pointed to the directory. All I need to do is hit this. I'm gonna run the script. And okay, so we got this error here. On the here names, invalid syntax. Oh, we need a double equals here. On the here names, we missed the double equals. Okay, that's no worries. Double equal, yep. On the equality check. There we go. Okay, here's the we'll hit run. Okay, and today is Monday, February. Um, February 3rd, 2025. And there's gonna be 5 players, and I'm gonna enter in. So Tintin, Captain Haddock, uh, Thompson, Gromit, and Wallace. And then we would like to hear the names. I'm going to hit yes. Actually, what happened here? So it just moved on. So would you like to hear each player's name? So it looks like it just moved on. So I think we have to take a look back here. So it did not go through the while loop. Um, I think yes. So this was the problem here. Yes, or not equal. So this was the problem. Not equal here. That is the problem. Okay. Um, since we did yes or no, then it would just break out of this while loop anyways. So that was a kind of bug here. All right, one more chance here. And we're gonna do here. It's Monday, February 3rd, 2025. Let me put so 5. Tintin, Captain Haddock, Thompson, Gromit, and Wallace. And then I would like to hear the names. Yes.
This is a test of the names entered player 1 Tintin player 2 Captain Haddock player 3 Thompson player 4 Gromit player 5 Wallace.
Okay, cool. And then basically, I'm gonna say that these names don't sound okay. And I'm gonna say no. And I'm gonna do here. Basically, I'm gonna do Tintin, just Haddock, Thompson, Gromit, and Wallace. Hit yes.
This is a test of the names entered player 1 Tintin player 2 Haddock player 3 Thompson player 4 Gromit player 5 Wallace.
Okay, great. So then the names changed, and then basically we have a scenario going. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna hit yes, and then basically I'm just gonna do a little test here. So Tintin, I'm gonna put in 0 for everybody. Tintin Haddock. Basically, it took the those names that were entered in after Captain Haddock. So it took the Haddock. So that's working correctly. So I'm going to exit out of this kind of simulation here. And then I'm going to go to basically the second part, which is doing more of the kind of post-processing of the file that we have. In particular, we're looking at this file here. I am going to just do a little modification just for demo purposes. Basically, whenever we play a game, um, in particular, there's this. I just kind of commented out here. So for real games, we have this one, and then also I have like this. This is just a demo database here, and basically, what we're gonna do is just comment this section out here, comment that one, and then we're gonna enable this one. So now it's gonna point to this one, which is our demo database. And yeah, this is just for testing purposes. Um, and then we want to just keep our existing database that we have. Um, Also, I've kind of worked ahead and I've kind of programmed this before, but basically I wanted to share that I created a copy of the summary here. And basically when we run through the simulation, I'm going to have this available. This is just a copy of the summary now. And then basically when we run through the simulation, there's going to be another file that's generated that doesn't have an aux, right? It's just going to be Domino summary demo.txt. And then we can see that, hey, this person, won again, right? So since Haddock is in last place, we'll make him win, basically, and then we can verify that, hey, we're gonna run the script again. I mean, the kind of analysis algorithm. And then we should see that Haddock won 6 times, and the most recent time he won was February or today's date, basically. Um, yeah. And so we're gonna go in here and we're gonna check. Um, Basically, what we want to do is create an algorithm where we do some analysis for this all of this file in particular. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set up first we need to decide what we're going to open, and then basically what we're going to write to. So in this particular one, the summary file, we're just going to write to it. We're not going to append to it. Each time a game is played, that summary file needs to be replaced completely. So that's one thing here. So basically, in the other file here, we have like this append, which is fine. That's necessary, but we don't want to necessarily append each time because this is like current, right? This next game was played, and then we want the summary now, like as it stands. So we're gonna set that up here. So basically, we're gonna do game. We're gonna call it game summaries equals open. We're gonna open in particular Domino scores demo dot txt, right? And then also we have concise summary. This is what we're going to be writing into. And so this is just gonna be open dominoes scores or domino summary. Dominoes summary demo dot txt, right? And basically we're going to be writing for this one. And we are just going to be reading this one. We don't want to do anything with what it is. And it's also important that this update happens all the way at the bottom of the script. We already added in the line. We don't want to do this analysis before we add the new game kind of line item. So that would be just kind of you'll just be one behind. So the order is important. So we just kind of bring this all the way at the bottom. So this is the last thing that's going to be done. And then now we're going to do here concise summary dot write. So basically we're just setting up, hey, this is a domino game summary. And we'll just put in a new line here. Okay. And then we're going to set up here total games equals 0. Our winning stats, we're gonna set up a dictionary here. And yeah, so in a particular, this file has there's actually, if you kind of pay attention, there's majority of these games that 5 player are playing. And basically there's a few games where only 3 players played. So this one and this one. So we want to kind of ignore those ones because it may not be like if you came first in that one, it may not count because you're not playing against the same amount of people. So like coming first here doesn't have that same amount of weight as coming first when you play against the group of 5. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're gonna just do the kind of look at single game dot count. So basically we're going through the way to tell how many players have played is using the comma, how many times a comma comes up in a line. Basically, so each player has a comma with their score. And in the case that there's ever like a tie, like there's a tie here, you'll notice that the number of commas still matches up with the number of players. So in this case, there's still 5 commas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the number of commas is going to match like here as well. The number of commas is going to match with the number of players that are playing. So knowing that, we're just going to do our games. And then basically all of this logic is going to live in here, right? We don't even need an else statement. Only do something if there is five players playing. And this is like for, since we've been playing, each game has been five players. But it may be different, whatever scenario you have. So, I mean, it may not be best to just have like a constant floating around here, but we could kind of define basically um, when we're doing any kind of summary, it makes sense to have like the same number of people playing each time. So what we're gonna do is uh, we're gonna find the date and scores. And basically in Python, you can do like um, basically we're gonna do some splitting of the string, split, r split, using r split. Then we'll use colon. So when we're splitting on the colon, we're getting just basically, we're going to be looking at the date and the scores. The date's going to be on the first index of the array, and then the scores are going to be on the second index. Um, and then to kind of get it to just the date only, um, and do and scores, date and scores at 0. And then we're going to split it even further with this logic here. So just on with a space. And then once we split that, we just want the I mean, the second value in the array. So if we split on, basically, we're going to have this available to us. And then if we split on and with the space, it is going to break it there. So on, and you'll see that there's an on and space every time, and then basically from there to the colon, we'll get that in the second index. Now we're going to find the players. Um, Basically, we're going to take player score, date, and scores. Date and scores at 1. So that's going to be the other, the second index. And then we're going to split that one even further by the comma. And the thing is, like, all we really care about is the date and who came in first. Everything else that gets split up doesn't really matter to us. And it did matter, like, because we wanted to find the commas, but now it doesn't really matter. We just want to see who came in first. There is a chance, it hasn't happened yet, but there is a chance that there could be a tie for first. And if that's the case, then that's fine. It's just going to be, they're going to be both added in as winners in our dictionary. Okay. And then first place with tie. And then we're going to split on close parentheses, basically. So if there was a tie, um, basically we're going to see here, we want to split on basically here on the closing parenthesis. And now um, we can strip we can strip that one. So first player with tie or first place is going to be first place with tie at 0. And then we're gonna get rid of any like spacing, white space in the beginning and end. So just we're just gonna call it dot strip and then R split. And then basically we want to get the comma, right? When we split with the comma, um, then we get the names only. This could be more than one, basically more than one player. Um, and just so that's taken into account. And then now we can for loop through uh, that one, right? However many places there were. If first place at I, so we want to check that if it's in the dictionary or not. If it's not, so this is kind of our standard thing. If it's not, that we want to add it in there that, hey, this person came in first. So I'm going to add the first place at I equals, and add in one, and then date only. So we added in that they won. There's their count, basically count, and then the latest. This would be the latest time that they won. So we're kind of mimicking a stack here. And then otherwise, if they're already in there, we want to do this. So we just want to update here. First place time at 0. We're going to increment how many times because they won again, basically. And then we want to replace the date now because the we want to do the date, most recent date that was found here. Okay, great. So now basically this is good. Um, this will get us the dictionary. Now we have the dictionary. Now we need to get it so that basically we can get that information out and, right into our file. So basically the for loop is done. It's going to run through everything and then get us our dictionary. Now we do some more analysis on the dictionary itself. So we're going to do manual order. Um, the way it looks like is it's not like because dictionaries are unordered, we can't really loop through a dictionary the way we want. And then basically what we have is the name as the key, and then the value is how many times they've won and basically the date. But we want to just kind of switch around the order. We want to say that, hey, this person won this many times and then somehow we need to grab the date out of there. So that's what makes it challenging. It's not like a key value, and then we can just swap everything. And also we need to make sure that it's in order. So on the top, we want to make sure that this person has come first the most, and then going down sequentially, basically. So again, we're going to use that 5. So we're going to basically just go until we have filled up our array with what we want. So as long as we're not equal to 5, we're going to just keep going and doing some, rearranging. So we're going to loop through and try to find the max wins. And then we got the date, like we're just finding the max wins each time and then kind of looking at the manual order and then adding in that information. So basically, we're going to do max wins. We want to make sure that once we find a max winner and the name, don't want to add that back into manual order again. So name of winner. So this is just a auxiliary string here and latest 8-1. Yep. And then we're going to do for summary name in winning stats. So this is our dictionary. If winning stats at summary name at 0 is greater than max wins. So, right. And also now, if summary name is not in manual order, we're going to put in max wins equals winning stats summary name at 0. Basically, we want to make sure that in manual order that we're just looking at the names basically. If it's not there, if it's not there, we then we can say that hey, this is like the next higher level wins that I'm seeing. If it's already there, then the name has been kind of propagated out. So basically, we're gonna populate max wins and the name of winner. And then so we have what we need to basically write out already here. And oh, and now um once this is done, uh so the for loop, this for loop is done, right? This has been completed. Now, it's kind of gone through the five names, and then basically once this is done, it's gonna have the next highest value because of this check here. If it's not in manual order, because manual order is just gonna have the names, right? If the name has been seen, then it's not gonna add it in. So now what we can do is we can do manual order dot append name of name of winner, right? And then we can do a write. So now we can do a write here. We want to write that, hey, um, name of winner, and then this is going to be just standard text here. This is just going to be standard text that standard text won a total of, and then and most recently won on, then we can do here latest date one. And then that's it. And then we can do concise summary. And then we'll get on to the next line, basically. And then once that's done, we can close out, hey, we're reading this file, and then we're gonna close out what we're reading. So this way, I mean, we're just gonna match. Um, it may not be as efficient because we have a for loop within a while loop, but just because dictionary is pretty good, like just to kind of keep all the information like together, whatever is related, but kind of getting that out and then getting into a specific format, you need to do a little bit of kind of manipulation. So we're going to do this game summaries dot close and do concise summary dot close. And then that's it. So also, I mean, we could rerun our part one that we had done. Basically, we just gonna hear the names again and just want to check here. So we got demo here and then demo here as well. And then also we have demo here, which is good. Now we're just going to do kind of a simulation here. And then we want to make sure that Haddock, sort of Captain Haddock, will win this time. So just going to make sure that that's the case. Um, so they we're just going to run through simulation. Hopefully we don't get any error messages. Let me run this. And today is Monday, Feb February 3rd, 2025. 5 players. And then just to make it a little bit easier, we're gonna have Haddock come in last. I mean, in terms of the order. And then so we're gonna just do 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 each time. And then so then that would ensure that Haddock wins. We're gonna go Tintin, uh, Thompson, Gromit, Wallace, and Haddock. Yes.
This is a test of the names entered: player 1 Tintin player, 2 Thompson player, 3 Gromit player, 4 Wallace. Player 5 Haddock.
Great. And then, yes, they sound all right. So I'm going to do 0. No score on the first one. And then we're just going to go with 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then, yeah, I'm just going to, I mean, just for demo purposes only. So there's not going to be any ties. 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, and then everybody did okay. Everybody used their pieces.
Tintin came in 5th place with 50 points. Thomson came in 4th place with 110 points. Gromit came in 3rd place with 165 points. Wallace came in 2nd place with 220 points. And big ups to Haddock, who came in 1st place with 275 points.
I'm gonna hit no, and that's it. Okay, and now basically we're gonna do basically there was a file that was generated, um, which was our Domino's summary demo.txt. So we're gonna take a look at that and then compare it with our auxiliary file that we had. So this is our auxiliary file here. We're just gonna take a look take a look here. I'm gonna open in our directory Domino score summary, Domino summary demo here. We'll open that. And basically, there was something about the spacing here, but basically in the aux, right? In the aux, we had Tintin 1 13, Thompson 12, Gromit 11, Wallace 9, and then Haddock 5. And then here is I had there was some spot I had uh missed the space here, but here is the important thing to see that basically the algorithm did its thing. And then basically we played a new game and Haddock has now has gone from 5-time winner to 6-time winner and most recently won today. Um, yep. So that is actually let me just go back here and make that change here. There's a space here between the times. Yep. And that is it. Yeah, so that is basically update number 3. I hope you enjoyed this video, kind of a longer one, but yeah, so just kind of improvements. You can hear the name uh at the beginning of the game or here the yeah, so you can hear the names. And then also this is kind of just doing the analysis of it's good to have all these scores, but then this is just like a nice, concise, okay, just see your trend. This is the last time you won, and then how you compare it with the others. Yeah, thank you for watching. Um, and I hope you like the content, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.